You remember when Joe Biden said for $2,000 checks? Do you remember when he said $2,000 checks? First of all, Newsweek tweeted this out. Joe Biden's critics falsely claim president lied about the $2,000 stimulus checks. This is Newsweek. This is considered news. This is PR coming right from Joe Biden's PR. Why not just say we're not Newsweek anymore? We're doing PR for politicians. I bet you make more money. Just charge Joe Biden for this, because that's what his PR people would do. Joe Biden critics falsely claim president lied about $2,000 stimulus checks. That's Newsweek says that. And I don't know if you know, 400, if you can see at the bottom, 420 people like that, which makes sense because you got to be high to take this shit seriously. So here we go. So Newsweek says the people who say Joe Biden said $2,000, they're lying. Joe Biden critics falsely claim he lied about they falsely claim that he lied. No, Joe Biden lied. And you want to see him lie? Here it is.
If you send John and the Reverend to Washington, those $2,000 checks will go out the door.
We will be able to pass $2,000 stimulus checks for the people next week.
We'll deliver the $2,000 stimulus checks.
And that begins with the $2,000 stimulus.
When you send me and Reverend Warnock to the Senate, we will pass those $2,000 stimulus checks. You send me and Reverend Warnock to the Senate, we will pass those $2,000 stimulus checks.
They will make decisions about whether we give people a $2,000 check.
We need to pass $2,000 stimulus checks for the people.
We're getting people that $2,000 in relief, direct payment.
Congress should pass $2,000 checks. President-elect Biden and Democrats are all pushing for $2,000 relief checks.
$2,000 stimulus checks.
$2,000 relief checks. $2,000 relief checks. They should send $2,000 checks to the American people right now.
Supporting $2,000 relief payments right now.
We need to be passing the $2,000 stimulus relief checks.
That means we need John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, who will go to D.C. to ensure the $2,000 checks.
You see ads that say, want your $2,000 stimulus check? Vote Democrat. Vote for Warnock.
Okay, I think you get the message. Did anybody hear them say $1,400 checks? Did anybody on there say $1,400 checks? Did one person say $1,400 checks? No. So this is the Democrats following that Joe Biden tradition of not realizing stuff can be documented on the internet. That's exactly what that is. By the way, Newsweek then changed their reporting. Correction, this article has been updated with further context regarding Biden's comments in Atlanta. The headline was corrected to remove the word falsely. The original tweet has been deleted. So Joe Biden's critics claim the president lied about 2,000. So they're not only claiming, Joe Biden's critics are pointing out accurately that the president lied about $2,000 stimulus checks, just like Donald Trump lied. The first thing he did as president was lie about the 2,000. He was lying about that before he became president, because he was telling everybody, vote for those guys and I'll get you your $2,000. He was lying. That's what's called a lie. Newsweek says the people who are accurately reporting that are liars. Do you understand why we have a show? Do you understand why the news media is at the lowest point for its confidence by the American people ever? Do you understand? Because it's owned by billionaires who just did what Robin Hood did to their... That's what they're doing. They're lying to their own readers to prop up a politician. That's literally what they're doing. You can clearly hear in this video they actually said $1,400. No, that's very funny. But watch this. Watch this, Graham. Here's the Democrats. Watch this. The Democrats tweeted this out. It says the President of the United States will build on the $600 down payment provided by Congress last year, sending an additional $1,400 to households across America, totaling direct payments to $2,000 per person. I like the before and after of when we get power going on here. This is amazing. So before we got power, we were saying $2,000. After we got power, it's 14. Imagine if the Democrats, and by the way, look at the ratio. I don't know if you can see this, but the ratio is they have 2,293 likes, 5,937 comments. That's called getting ratioed. Imagine if the Democratic Party had a Yelp page. What would that Yelp page look like? If Democrats were a car dealership, they'd have gone out of business from too many Better Business Bureau complaints. Dems employed a super clear, unequivocal, visually compelling strategy to convince voters that they'd have both the will and the power to deliver $2,000 checks immediately if the voters delivered them wins. The voters did their part, and now suddenly it's super complicated. Super complicated, you guys. The Democratic Party deserves to go extinct. Here's Forbes. Biden's final pitch to Georgia: vote blue, and $2,000 checks will go out the door immediately. That was his final pitch to Georgia. Justin Jackson retweets this and says, it's really wild how politicians just lie for a living. It is. They all just lied, just like Donald Trump. But somehow it's worse when Donald Trump did it. I worked my ass off. This is El Chicano. He says, I worked my ass off and knocked on well over 1,000 doors promising people $2,000 checks. Where are they? You promised them. I hate lying to people. Not $1,400, $2,000. And he tags Ossoff, Reverend Warnock, the DNC, and Joe Biden. This is from Public Citizen. 1 in 7 adults say their families are going hungry right now. This is not about a stimulus. This is about human beings trying to survive. One more. Non-voting felon says Biden's first week, $1,400 plus $600 equals a $2,000 check lie. Approving 31 oil drilling permits. Drone strikes in Somalia. Freeze on lowering insulin prices. Kids are still in cages. Monitoring Wall Street losses more than mass evictions. And sending kids back to school with COVID. Liberals, heart you. That got 4,500 likes. And you know what else is sad? The number of drilling permits is likely to go up while the dollar amount may still go down. That's a failed state. Here's Bernie Sanders. Now, Bernie Sanders, you think, would be pushing for $2,000 and calling out the Democratic Party for letting its people down and for blatantly lying to them and putting the pressure on Joe Biden to move left and honor their promises that they made to voters. You think Bernie Sanders would be doing that? He would be pushing Joe Biden to not left, just to honor the shit that Joe Biden already promised voters. That's what Bernie Sanders, you think that's what he would be doing, right? You'd be wrong.
We've got to get checks of $1,400 on top of the $600 that we already allocated out to every working class family in this country and to their kids as well. People are struggling to put food on the.
So there you go. I don't know if you heard it.
We've got to get checks of $1,400 on top.
So Bernie doesn't have to do that. Joe Biden is not his boss. Bernie is elected by the people of his state. Joe Biden is not his boss. He does not have to go out there and do that. He's doing it anyway. What do you make of that, Graham?
Well, it's just astonishing to me. I don't get why Bernie's doing that. There's no excuses. Like I get what happened at the Capitol justified in the argument of somebody like Bernie Sanders. Well, I had to back Joe Biden because look at how awful Trump was. He supported the Nazis and whatever. Okay, all right, fine. You can agree or disagree, but I see that thinking at least. Trump's gone. There's no more excuses. The Democrats have control of everything. How hard is this? You said, you promised us $2,000 checks. We haven't gotten them. And now you're giving us, well, 600 and 1,400. Just sound like that guy in Popeye. It's like, oh, I'll pay you for a hamburger on Thursday for a burger I eat today. It just sounds like it's ridiculous. And they keep, and again, the Democrats aren't dumb. They know that the Vote Any Blue Will Do crowd is dumb enough to get mad at us rather than the Democratic Party. They know that. They go, we got these blue MAGA morons who will get mad at people like Jimmy and Graham and anybody else because they can get away and do whatever they want. Because it's just like, and if the Democratic Party did have a Yelp page, well, Janet Yellen get, speaking money by Google, so she'd have Google pull down all the 1-star reviews. So they're covered on that end too. So it's like, and then again, that tweet was all pointed out. I would add to the things that Biden has also. So we don't have money. We can't give everybody $2,000, but we got money to roll convoys back into Syria. We got money for that to protect oil fields. Oh, by the way, we just deported 300 some people. Something, again, a campaign promise. Biden said no more deportations. So where there's no excuses anymore. You can't blame the big bad Republicans and Trump and this and that. What is it? Where's our money? I've gotten $600. That's it. I mean, well, they have nothing.
Here's what Socialist MMA says. Is Bernie Sanders, AOC, and the squad really going to stay silent about Biden's $2,000 check lie? Do they not care? Their role is really to be PR for Democrats now. Really sucks we're on our own on this. That got 3,300 likes. I mean, I asked Dylan Ratigan when he was on the show, what is in it for Joe Biden and the Democrats to not give people the $2,000? He didn't know. Literally, that's a guy who knows everything there is to know about money and Wall Street and how shit works. Wrote New York Times bestsellers about it. Award-winning Bloomberg reporter. He is lost for words. Doesn't know. Graham, can you think of what the fuck could possibly be in it for Bernie Sanders to not push for $2,000? What is in it for Joe Biden to not give people the extra $600? What the fuck could possibly be in it for them?
I'm bewildered as much as you and Dylan Ratigan are, Jimmy, because it's like you come in and go, here's the $2,000 that we promise. You can ride on the yay, we beat Trump, the ding dong, the witch is dead. We're the heroes coming in, and now you're going, well, I don't. Just cut the checks. I mean, there's so many things. Again, Biden could have been this hero. We could have gotten Medicare for all by saying, because COVID is a national emergency. So he could have given us Medicare for all for that. He could have done student debt forgiveness and given us $2,000. These are all things that can be done via executive action, and he won't do them. So I don't know. Do they want like food riots? Do they? I mean, I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here. Like, are they trying to get Americans so hungry and pissed off that they can enforce martial law? I mean, I don't know. I don't either. I can't see.
It's so I forget the famous quote and who it's from, but I will butcher it. Is that a revolution is just 3 skipped meals away anywhere. Mm-hmm. A revolution is 3 meals away. That's it. So here's what they're hoping people say. So this woman says, or this person, I don't know who this is, says it was always, from the beginning, this package was a supplement to go with the $600 sent out. $1,400 plus $600 equals $2,000. Mrs. Harris and Mrs. Pelosi are who pushed for the additional money. In my book, they are heroes. That's wild. That person's not. That person's probably in therapy. And then Beth responds saying, "Why are you doing this? Are you paid to do it? Or have you been so browbeaten by propaganda you actually believe this? Dreadful that you would defend this. Absolutely dreadful." Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Only the Democrats are dumb enough to figure out a way to pass a stimulus check that makes everyone hate you even more. It is amazing. It is amazing.
Well, that's the thing. That tweet from that one person, the Democrats know they're going to get a certain percentage of people going, what heroes? That person who tweeted that, I'd like to go, have you gotten this extra $1,400? No, but I will. Okay, well, if you haven't gotten it yet, they haven't done it. It hasn't happened. It's just like everyone, the squad. I'm just starting to call them the tweet squad, because all they can do is tweet.
That's
none
it.
of their tweets passed a law. Ro Khanna, none of them. Why do you, and Bernie Sanders is technically an independent. He's not even in the Democratic Party after, like, what is he doing?
Why is he carrying water for Joe Biden? He doesn't have to do that. Joe Biden is not his boss. He's pretending like Joe Biden is his boss. He pretends like he's working for the Joe Biden campaign. He's not. You're an independently elected senator from Vermont, and you can do whatever you want. It's amazing. He won't do it. They won't cross the party. The squad won't cross the party. The Justice Democrats won't cross the party. Bernie Sanders won't cross the party. And that's why your life is fucked. Because of gutless, nutless wonders. And I know people don't like to hear me say this about Bernie Sanders, but he's not fighting for you. He's doing whatever Joe Biden allows him to do. And that's a fact. That's just a fact. And the only reason why we got back on $2,000 was because of fucking Trump. Remember when Trump said, well, we're going to go? That's when they all started talking about $2,000.
I mean, honestly, Jimmy, it's why I have more faith in like a Reddit group like Wall Street Bets.
Yes.
And why personally I've gotten way more educated the last 8-9 months on cryptocurrency, because it's decentralized. And, I think that's the only, I have more faith in that, because look at these politics. I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to do this and that. And then they don't deliver. And it's like, and then people defend them. It's like, Graham, they're our allies. Well, as I've said before, Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell and the Republican Party have never promised me a damn thing. They have never promised to help me in one way at all. So the fact that they're not helping me, there's nothing for, what am I going to yell at Lindsey Graham for? He's never promised to help me in any way, shape, or form. The Democrats, and especially the squad and everybody, we're going to get you Medicare. I'm going to fight for you and get you Medicare for all, and we're going to get you this $2,000. Well, you haven't gotten it. You haven't got me the thing you said you were going to get. So do it. Or shut up and get out of the way, or just quit, or just whatever. I mean, like, Lindsey Graham at least is honest. He's just a parasite Republican politician that I wouldn't trust as far as I could throw him, and that fake Ted Koppel haircut he's got. But like the squad, yay, we're the new squad and diversity and all this stuff. And it's like, who is it? Omar was like, she looks up to Margaret Thatcher. And
AOC says John McCain's a great peace soldier. He's great for, it's just, it's nuts. It's nuts.
AOC follows Juan Guaido.
I know.
I don't, it's just the diversity of the ruling class. The ruling class gets these folks and makes them look all diverse and different, but they're still pushing ruling class talking points. And the only people they'll call is the Republicans. So it's like, we're never going to have any real change. Ever, because it's just that my party's better than your party. It's the same.
As Kyle Kalinske said, we sent the Justice Democrats there to do a hostile takeover of the Democratic Party, not play nice and try to get along. And that's exactly what they're doing. That's what they've been doing since day one. I don't know if anybody's... The first vote that AOC ever cast was for Nancy Pelosi to be Speaker. And she ran on not doing that. There you go. Now she's done it twice. Hey, everybody, this is the part where I tell you where all our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then this is why I tell you to join our premium program and get extra content, but nobody's got a fucking job. So just enjoy the video.